back. Sans the two people who really keep this podcast together.
Hey.
Any semblance of structure gone. The boys are back in town.
Welcome to the Wildcast.
We're gonna lean heavy on you here, Justin, because you're the guy right now.
I'm the guy.
You got to keep us in line, all right? Because otherwise, I'm gonna go fucking crazy.
You won't like me when I'm crazy.
All right. Summary time, if you will.
Sure. The battle continues. The gang are separated now, each fighting individual battles. Chopper and Zoro manage to defeat their opponent, but Robin struggles to fend off a divine commander, and Luffy gets eaten by the world serpent. Meanwhile, back on the Merry, Eneru suddenly appears, quickly defeating Sanji and Usopp. When Gonfall questions his appearance, he says, "I simply wanted to say goodbye." What this means, we don't know, but we'll find out eventually, I guess. Anyway, so the battle royale has begun.
It's great.
The ring is ever getting smaller.
Yeah, the Milky Ring is getting tighter and tighter as Eneru chokes the life out of his victims and blasts them into oblivion.
Jesus
Choking? You mean deep frying? Did you see Sanji and Usopp?
Yeah, they and that one Shandorian guy. That guy gets murked.
How do you guys feel about the episodes? This is my second time watching it, so I feel like I was a little bored because it was recently. But we got nothing but fights for the most part, so that feels pretty good for shonen.
No, there was a ton of fight scenes, and it was like there was a lot of good choreography when it came to the actual characters. My only gripe with these episodes so far was literally when it came to like the goons fighting each other. Because in like the episodes, in like the same episode, they've like cut away to like the fighting happening, and they use the exact same animation.
One. I noticed that too.
Where it's literally copy paste. Like it's like, they won't notice. Like don't just throw it in. Save time, save money. We don't need to animate a new whole fight scene. Like just throw in a couple little little shits.
Yeah, he went copy my homework, but change it a little. Except he forgot to change it a little.
Exactly.
I guess we could start with Zoro versus Braum. Pretty cool fight, in my opinion. I think I might add this to my list of favorite episodes because this is where Zoro introduces one of his new moves, how to fight from range. And I love it because I just love the way it sounds in Japanese. And
the 36-pound Phoenix dope, that was wild. I was wondering when he was going to get a ranged attack like thing because like he's been lacking that for a while.
I love the name of this attack, Sanjuroku Pondoho. Yes, that's my weeb moment for the day.
Golf clap for the weeb golf clap.
That was a thing.
Yes. I always found it interesting. It's more interesting now, but it still piques my interest throughout the series. How Zoro is clearly an atheist here.
He's more agnostic than atheist.
Maybe that's more accurate.
Like, atheist is like, no, they don't exist. While agnostic is like, I don't really care.
And yet he is so influenced by I guess would it be Buddhism? Because he's really inspired by like Path of Ashita.
He seems to follow more of like the samurai way, versus like I see the hints of Buddhism, but he doesn't. It doesn't really stick for me. It resembles more of like the Bushido, that moral compass code, where it's not really godly necessarily, but it's more about like your fighting spirit.
Yeah, I mean, Vivi always called him Mr. Bushido, so I feel like she knew she was pretty in tune with his character.
So we have Zoro showing off this new move. I love it. It only gets better. I love the sound of it. Love the way it works. It's great. He's fighting Braum. This dude has fucking machine gun pistols with fucking strobe lights on them.
Flashbang pistols.
Yeah, he has pistols with flashbangs on the end that have infinite ammo.
For a guy whose main focus is ranged attacks, he sure sucks at shooting.
Well, look, the basket on his head protects him from his own flashbangs, but also doesn't help very good for aiming.
I do also want to go back to the cannon bit. When he said that, he's like, I have a cannon here. And I'm sitting there thinking like, yeah, you're right. Your arms are cannons.
Yeah, that dude's biceps are bigger than my head.
They can't let Zoro on planes.
I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't go even more ham on the animation for the Phoenix. because it was kind of like more like a still frame when they showed that happening. If it was moving more, I feel like it would have been that much cooler. But like I understand why they didn't. But like it was just like one of those things where I was like, oh, it would have been so much cool if they went a little bit more into like because you could see that with these fights how much more emphasis they went into like unique animations versus just using the standard Dragon Ball Z //// then move to another location ///// you know what I mean? So like I was kind of bummed that it was like a freeze frame technically of like the hit going in instead of like an actually flowing thing. You know, which is like the reason why like I love Demon Slayer is like they don't do that whole like anime typical battling each other ridiculously and then cutting to that one swift freeze frame slash. Like I was kind of hoping for that, but then again at the time that wasn't really popular for animation from what I understand.
If it makes you feel any better, it does suck that its debut was less than satisfactory for I guess maybe both of us in that particular regard, but this does become a regular move.
So it does redeem itself later on, I assume?
I don't want to say yes, because like I definitely don't like animation is one of those things that like goes over my head. I just don't have like an eye or like super interest for that unless it's like garbage. I want to say hopefully this move eventually redeems itself for you down the line.
Okay. I mean, like I kind of hoped it would because I feel like it's like like kind of like with like the other moves that he uses, like it's gonna reappear except for that crab kill. That I've said that'll never come back. That was the coolest kill he's had so far.
Yeah, we won't see that again. That's an insta kill move.
Luffy obviously has his reoccurring attacks, but like they're all basically the same. Nothing really changes about it as far as like animation wise.
Yeah, like the spearhead, the axe, the hammer, or the bazooka.
It's all variations of punch kick. Zoro gets one really creative because you get like little sprinkles of like new stuff / rarer moves thrown in here and there, but he does have like a common move set for the most part.
Aren't they all named after animals now that I think about it?
In hindsight, yes, for the most part.
Except for like onigiri, which I mean technically
it's a bull demon.
If you wanted to go stretch it a little bit, you could easily just be like beast monster thing.
Right.
Close enough.
Not that far off.
But
it's
yeah, pretty much I think just about every one of his moves so far has had a name animal name incorporated in.
Yeah, except for the trap, or was it Tiger Trap? The one that he used?
Tiger Trap that he just used in this. Yeah, he used in this episode too. The only thing I can think of off the top of my head that doesn't is his like 1,000 Worlds move that he tried on what's his name, Mihawk.
True.
That's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head that doesn't. Actually, speaking of crazy moves, we get Robin's insta kill move again that like that doesn't kill people because it's One Piece. That dude's neck and back and all of his joints are just ruined forever.
All because he disrespected the land.
Yeah.
I have never once understood how like post Alabasta, post joining the crew, how Robin has never killed a single person that like we don't know anyway. Like no one dies until you know they're dead. Like, you know,
I was gonna say we know she's killed tons of people.
Yes, but not since joining the crew.
She did it when she was 8.
Yeah, she like murdered 20 boats worth of people. Like when she was 8, just got in the Grand Line.
Do we know if she's not from the Grand Line?
I don't.
We currently do not know. Her backstory does get touched on. I personally came and answered for some of the Grand Line, so I just wasn't paying attention. But we'll find out rather soon, actually. Soon, TM, quote unquote.
Because it's always interesting seeing like these new characters that we meet. Like, where did they come from? Because it's like it's not out of the ordinary for people to be from the Grand Line, like such as Alabasta. Right.
So Robin's never killed people since joining the crew, which is absolute bullshit. That goat boy went snap. No, what'd she say? Was it twist? She said twist.
Yeah, I think it's something twist.
Flori's twist.
Yeah,
just
like
say flower twist or something like that.
Say floor like 6 flower twist or something like that.
There's something. It's not. Was it French or?
It's both. It's French usually for fluid. The numbers of like I guess body party sprouting is usually in Spanish, and I want to say there's usually another language that pops up here and there sometimes. Was usually just like Spanish, French.
She's just like casually flexing her historical knowledge. I'm realizing
this is from 610 SC.
Yeah.
I guess next time we can talk about is Luffy versus Wiper. I was incredibly frustrated at the fact that not a single fucking redirected cannonball hit Wiper. That man just stood still. I'm just like, Luffy, please.
I don't think Luffy can aim it, though.
It almost felt like Luffy didn't want to hit him.
Luffy wanted to kick the shit out of him.
I think Luffy prefers his hands and feet over a cannonball.
He prefers to throw hands.
Figuratively and literally.
Mm-hmm. I love the moment too, because like he does it, Wiper shoots him one time, and then Luffy goes, idiot, you won't be able to do that. And then we cut away, and like 10 minutes later in the episode, we come back, and Wiper fires 2 more. And Luffy's sitting here like, that. I already told you that doesn't work. And then Wiper goes,
I guess this won't work.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Better use the giant flamethrower.
Oh, yes. Fucking burn bazooka. Oh, beautiful. It is really up there for
it was very reminiscent of Eneru's super god lightning power.
It is, because they just turn it into a singular like beam of energy, which comes to a head for me in like the last episode or second to last, whichever one Kamakiri fights Enel. I
believe it's the last one for us,
where he just gets a fucking lightsaber. and it's that one's not even a flame throwing dial. It's called a breath dial.
The breath dials are pretty interesting. Like when they started introducing with the like hot what was it called?
That one was a flavor dial.
Yeah, I know.
There's a couple in there. There's flavor dial.
Yeah, they have 4.
What I'm curious about is does the flavor dial have a practical use outside?
That's what I want to know.
Like just seeing how they used it for farts. Like my first thing is like, of course a 13-year-old would use it for that. But then like seeing I was like, what are the practical uses of these? Like, we know these all come from practical uses. What is the flavor dial used for? Is like Gordon Ramsay like going like
Sky Ramsay's sitting there with oregano in it?
Hear me out. What if Skypeans invented like smell-o-vision? Like, what if they have that?
Smell-o-vision?
So you like, if you went to a movie theater and they handed you 3D glasses, and then also like there was a thing and there was like a little tube in front of you that like wafted scents into you.
Mm-hmm. Or it's like there'll be like a prompt on the movie theater screen. It's like, press dial number 1, and you just like get a whiff of like chocolate or some shit or whatever is going on.
I thought you were gonna say they invented scratch and sniff. All these scratch and sniff products just have mini flavor dials in them.
Oh my god!
Really tiny flavor dials. I really need to know what they do with that in reality. Like Sky Fieri, like just
Sky Fieri.
He went to Flavor Town, but he couldn't bring back anything else, so he invented dials to transport flavor.
Oh my
spread
god!
Across the land.
That makes sense.
Sky Fieri. Someone, please draw that for us. Like, draw a one-piece Guy Fieri with a Skypian wings.
It would be better if it was in the form of like a wanted poster.
Oh yeah, make it on a wanted poster.
Wanted,
too.
dead or alive, Sky Fieri.
Sky D Fieri.
Sky D Fieri. My God.
Because come on, he has the will of D with his
tongue. Of course
he
does. He might as well have the God tongue too from Food Wars. Actually, on the topic of other dials though, who was it? What's his name? Gadatsu? Weird arm guy.
Yeah, the guy who's just so fucking stupid.
He has this like one-handed off comment, and we'll get to the fight later, but he has this one-handed off comment where he mentions that jet dials are extinct. So does that mean, like, I know they're in the shapes of shells, but I always just assumed that was like an artistic touch. Like they just did that because sure, make all the dials look like shells. Mm-hmm. But do the dials come from like snails? They just like rip the snail out, eat it, and then like they take the dial and they make
might be the case. Like, especially with like maybe they hunted it to death almost.
That's what I'm thinking now. I just assumed that like the dials looking like shells was an artistic touch because everything looks like a beach in Skypiea,
Hold
like
up.
normal Skypiea.
Bigger brain theory.
Mm-hmm.
Snail chat, right? You know, the snail communications on Blue Sea.
Mm-hmm.
Are they of the same lineage of the fucking dials?
Well, if we're operating under the assumption that dials come from living animals in the first place, I can believe that.
So moving back to earlier what we were talking about with a Wiper with the dial, I loved how they actually finally show the dial in his like palm, like how it's like not just like this microscopic shell.
Mm-hmm.
So like I really appreciate that where you could see like the outline of it and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
there it is on his Sasuke arm.
That's what I wanted the entire, like, when we learned that they were using dials instead of, like, this wasn't just mantra power. I wanted that, like, because they showed those flashbacks of, like, especially the Satori fight. They went, oh, so that's what he used to hurt Luffy and the rest of us, and it like flashback to him. And I feel like at that point it would have been appropriate to go like, oh yeah, there was like a little there's like a little outline in his glove but we didn't see before, but like now in this flashback it's like, huh.
But now that we're actually focusing on these dial combats, we can actually see it.
Yeah, so it's
like before
nice.
dial fighting was like unheard of, so why would we know to look for it?
Mhm.
I wonder if because we didn't see it in his palms like before, like what if they did sneak it in the animation beforehand and we just didn't see it? Like that would have been a big
Unlikely.
brain move. But yeah, agreed. Unlikely, but like what if? Like,
It would be, but they didn't.
I also wanted to touch back real quick because I forgot to mention this when we were talking about the Zoro fight.
Mhm.
That fucking part when he gets shot in the leg and he like lands on the ground, the blood just spurts out his leg.
Fall damage?
Oh god,
Yeah.
that looked so painful.
That
Yeah.
man was hurting.
It's then immediately ignored, but it was fun while it lasted.
Right, because bullets don't do anything.
He walked it off real good.
Okay, I think we can move on to Chopper versus Gedatsu.
Poor sad boy Chopper.
He's straight up not having a good time. He's running from the 50 divine guards, and then he outruns them only to find the gorillas fighting. And then he runs back, and then suddenly he's just in the middle of the two arch enemies fighting, and he's sitting there, and he's got like the 8-foot long wavy tongue, and he's like, ah! He's just not having any of it.
Before we get to the fight, I want to talk about this one moment right before the fight where Gedatsu is talking to one of the divine soldiers, and he's like, Tanuki? And the guy's like, no, it's a straw hat. Look, I lost my shit. The soldier goes,
a raccoon dog. That's
Yeah.
when I lost my shit. I'm like, this dude doesn't know what animals
that's a running
are.
beat. That's a running joke. It's Japanese. You'll see it all the time. My favorite moment was the divine soldier says, look at this photograph. And please, audience members, meme that shit. We all know the fucking Nickelback meme I'm talking about. You know the one.
Look at this
I
photograph.
need it.
Every
I
time it
need
makes me laugh.
Look at this graph.
I need it. I saw that. I was like, yo, this is like same frame. Like just, they're interchangeable. This is the same photo.
This
I don't
is
see any
same
difference here.
energy.
Oh, that's all I wanted to mention. That had me
I did not
rolling.
think of that. This is before that song even.
Yes.
What if Nickelback got the idea from One Piece?
Chad Kroger, if you're out there listening to this podcast, I need you to confirm this.
We know you
First
are.
rap god, now this.
So actual fight. What do we think about it?
My favorite part about this quote unquote fight, Chopper, after having spent so much time with Zoro, does a Zoroing.
When he put his arms together like Goku does, I was like, no.
Yeah, it did kind of look like he was going to Kamehameha wave too.
Don't worry, Chopper's not going to find any Kamehameha waves or anything like that. That's
But
just
he
how
posed for it. He was in the air, facing down at him, getting charged, saying Kame Clofoot.
Kame cross hoof.
Fucking Chopper juked the shit out of this dude.
But I find it comical that like Chopper becomes like mini Zoro in this fight.
Dude, Chopper's growth for that, just that whole aspect of like watching him get the shit kicked out of him, like finally getting that fighting spirit in him, like, oh, like, yes, hang out with Zoro more, get more of
I
that
know.
fighting spirit, become a man.
Become a pirate that we can depend on.
All right. Anything else we want to talk about before we move on or anything like that?
No, I think we could probably move on to Eneru now.
Yeah. So Eneru,
Oh, man.
has a lot of presence here. Not much screen time, I think, except for last episode, but a whole lot of presence.
But even with the screen time that he does have, like it reveals so much. Like the fact of how I already know what kind of devil fruit he has. He has the same one as like Smoker, Crocodile, and so on. That's why he's able to survive a spear going through his fucking head.
Ah, yes, Logia's fair and balanced. Fucking flexing on Kamakiri. He's like, yo, I'm gonna sit here for 5 minutes. You got all the free shots you want, but the second 5 minutes are done, you gonna learn.
He has the same sort of control over that power as like most people we've seen so far, but it seems better even. Like he has like ultimate control over this, because normally when we get this, like I've shoved a foreign object through you in order to kill you, or just kidding, it went straight through me. Like normally you get like that little particle effect around that's like, oh, I'm made of sand, idiot, or I'm made of smoke, idiot, like you can't hurt me. And like you get like that little bit of rippling. It's like, hey, you see it. But like when he shoves that spear through his head, it looks like he's just pierced straight through his skull and gone out the other side. There's none of that like little whatever effect until he decides he wants to electrocute the fuck out of him.
Give him a little discharge.
My only reason or theory for why it is because lightning is not a physical property. That's the reason why it doesn't show as much, while
it's a much more instantaneous occurrence.
Right, versus
not
like
persistent.
Sand or like smoke, like
right.
like where it's like a plume of it. Well, like lightning's like you can almost like you can't see electricity like running through like your wires and shit. Like that's what my assumption is like why it's like at first it's like so like unnoticeable. But like I'm just sitting there like when I saw that spear go through his head, I just thought of that scene from Deadpool. Where like he's like has like the weird like because his brain's all fucked up with the knife in it. I was like, oh my god, there's got to be a bit somewhere that someone made where it's like just Deadpool talking, but it's with Eneru instead.
That's good. I like that.
No, Eneru was watching him like when he fucking murked Sanji off screen. I'm starting to like Eneru. At first, I wasn't like sure if I was gonna like him, but like now, like he's actually showing off like his capabilities and shit like that. I'm like saying like, ooh, like this is pretty good.
Eneru at one point was one of my favorite villains when I was doing my first watch through of One Piece. When I wasn't fully caught up and everything like that. One, because I just love lightning based attacks, powers.
I will complain to the ends of the earth that lightning powers are the best, but they are wasted on that one character from Demon Slayer. That guy's a fucking annoying cunt.
Okay. If that entire series gets animated, I promise you, he will.
It's too late. He's irreparably damaged.
No. I promise you. I read the manga. For anyone who doesn't know, Demon Slayer, the manga's finished. It's a great read. Go watch it.
Really? It's finished?
Read everything except the last chapter. Last chapter is going to rub you the wrong way. But it's great. I swear to God, I love it. It's one of the best things I've ever done in my life. Reading and watching.
I feel like that's one of those shows where it might be actually better to watch it in the animation because of how Demon Slayer did it so flawlessly.
That studio OP. The Demon Slayer movie, Infinity Train, Mugen Train. Waiting for that shit for US release in like hopefully end of the month, maybe.
But no, yeah, like when it comes to like lightning animations, like it's just like lightning powers like in anime are just like so fucking cool most of the time. Like there's some of them times where like they're just like fucking awful looking.
Looks
like,
at Denki from fucking My Hero Academia. I hate it. He has the coolest power, but he has the worst application.
Who?
The lightning guy from My Hero. Who, like, if he uses it too much, he, like, fries his brain and becomes stupid for a few hours.
But also, he can't aim his power. He has to, like, strategically set up, like, metal plates and shit like that. He's such a... Sorry. Lightning-based characters are bad.
This is an example of a really good one, though.
And that's the problem with lightning, like, in anime. It's like it can either be really fucking cool or really fucking dumb. Like...
It just sets up for, like, the best stuff. Like... You have one of my favorite parts of these episodes is like a 2-second thing where Eneru appears on the boat and he's already murked Sanji, and then Usopp stands up to him because he's trying to be a brave warrior of the sea. Instead of panning to either Usopp or Eneru, the camera goes to Nami's eye where you see a reflection of Eneru, and then suddenly he's just blink of lightning, and Usopp being zapped. That I saw that and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like this shot a lot. I like this creative decision that we've made here.
I feel like that's like where it kind of comes in line with like what I was saying earlier, where it's like with lightning, it's like a lot of animation, they don't represent how fast lightning actually is, and like or like the like just like how fast like electricity can be. And like just like this one is like one of those like good examples of lightning where it's like it's showing the true speed. It's almost damn near instantaneous. Like that's why like Demon Slayer did so well with the I forgot the kid's name. For his like whereas like it was like a flash. That's how it should look. Like that's how fast it should be. that was my one gripe with like Sasuke's power. And Naruto is like where it's like that slow lightning effect, you know what I mean? Where it's like slowly coming out, or in like animation where they try to emphasize like how cool the lightning goes across. Like, sure, it looks cool, but like it doesn't hit nearly as good as a quick lightning flash, like quick ability, like showing the raw speed of lightning and taking advantage of that, like, you know, use.
That's why the better use of lightning in Naruto is the cloud A and B.
Speaking of lightning, I want to touch about Enaru's like attack names or whatever. I think the only one we saw was like 1 million volt or bolt Vadi.
It was 1 million volt Vari that he uses on the guy, the Kamakiri. That was his name, right?
I always find it funny when it comes to like electricity. Like whenever they try to show the scaling of it, everyone uses volts instead of amps. And it's, for me, it's like one of those like weird nerdy things where it's like you could have a bazillion volts go through you, it won't kill you. It's 1 amp will stop your heart.
I think the common man just vibes a little easier with
I know volts sounds
amps.
better. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like one of those things where it's like anyone who knows anything about electricity is just like, but volts are
when you
harmful.
think amps, you think like music and then like sound waves, and that's different. So people just go electricity, volts, sure.
Right. So the word Vadi is the Japanese onomatopoeia for the sound electricity makes. Someone wrote that it's comparable to
Huh.
The sub that I watch had that little blurb there, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it had like one of those little like footnotes where in the subtext of the the subtitles it went body is a like the sound effect used for electricity or lightning.
I always love it when they do that in like what's it called, like manga and anime, where they should like tell you like those like interesting words and everything like that, like what they actually mean.
Yeah, because then I don't have to listen to Justin say it.
Oh, yep. So going back to Enderu, we spoke about how Logias are broken and how he's specifically super busted. I think we should delve into about his like monologuing that he's performed over the course of these like 2-3 episodes or whatever. I guess start with the ship. He mentions how like he alludes to like his big plan, what he's planning on doing with Jai, and he's talking about like, oh, you like simple Skypians, you Shandorians, like you're so like ignorant, you have no idea about like the true value of like this, like the upper yard, and the reason that like blue sea people keep coming up here, and it's like it's gold. There's a bunch of gold up here, you know, fucking pseudo El Dorado up here.
Is gold conductive?
I believe gold is very conductive, actually.
That may have something to do with the final fight.
Yeah, or just whatever his like big plan is, because he has a plan. We don't know what it is, but it would make sense that it has to do with this giant gold city.
It will come into play. I'll give you that little tidbit. It will come into play in my opinion, a weird way.
Funny enough, like Enderu is slowly becoming like my second favorite villain. Like just with like his composure. Like I always love those like stoic like villains and everything like that, and like shows where they know they're powerful versus like those ones who are just obnoxious like Bellamy.
It's kind of interesting too, because in the first few episodes we even see Enderu, they kind of make him look like just a man child, I guess. He just kind of like sits there and like spouts nearly nonsense while he gets hand-fed food. It got that vibe that he's just like, he's more childlike than he let on. And then these episodes kind of hit you with, oh wait, no, he's got plans and he's got brain.
Well, like I think the reason why he's able to think so childlike is because he's so powerful. It's almost like looking at like if you were to actually physically see the Greek gods, would they be doing anything important? No. And so like seeing them like, you know, seeing him like in that state acting like a god, you would assume a god was fairly in character, in my opinion. Like it like sure, yeah, it's like man childish, but it's like it's more like, why would I not be living a life of luxury? I'm a god. I do want to talk about Hotori and Kotori a little bit.
Why do we have to? Okay, good. Okay, yeah,
I hate them so much. I hate that they brought that bit, and they like. I hate them, and I was so glad when Nami almost crushed them with the strength of her thighs and blasted them away with a gauntlet.
I don't know whose creative decision this was, but Nami like wholeheartedly shoves her entire crotch in this guy's face.
To add more insult to injury, when she's like flying away after the blast, like it starts from the view of her crotch, and I'm like, really?
It starts
Like, was that
when
necessary?
she's going in, it does it, and then it comes out, it does it.
Someone who works at fucking Hentai Corporation was like,
Yeah,
yo,
somebody
something.
snuck in a few panels from like Rule 34 there or something. And like I was like, bro, somebody was on one that day. Somebody got slipped like an extra 200 or something for like just to get that in there. I don't know whose thought that was.
Fucking fan service.
But you know, it was a decision that somebody made.
Question for you two. So Eneru mentions how like he plans on leaving Skypiea. Where do you think he's going and or why?
Grand Line, duh.
I mean, he could be going back to the Grand Line with whatever it is he found at Skypiea that he wanted. I am still very much convinced that he is from the Blue Sea and that he is not a native Sky Island
There's some
guy.
lines in this the dialogue in here where like he's talking about like from like being from this land, like or alluded to it. I don't remember the exact dialogue.
But also, my counterpoint to that is nobody in the Sky Islands knows what gold is, but he has a very high propensity for it, and he is completely all about it.
Yeah, I guess.
So I'm even more convinced now that he is from the Blue Sea. This is like the second or third time too. We got Gonfall going like, "The fuck is gold? What are you talking about?" And then Eneru goes on about how valuable gold is and what it can be done, what you can do with it, and that there's this entire city of gold that's just here.
I still like the idea how we don't even know what X toll is. Like, is it a metal? Is it a dollar? What is it?
That's true. We have not seen X toll as a currency yet at all.
So I'm like thinking like, what is this? Like fucking like credit cards, like where it's just invisible money,
right?
It's Sky Bitcoin.
Dogecoin to the moon.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to talk about? I feel like we're close to wrapping up.
The Nico Robin fight that we're alluding to where she's getting beaten.
Ah, yes.
That I'm like, that's not right.
Well, here's why, and it's exactly as you predicted last episode. She's getting beat by dumb shit. It's not. You predicted that she would get caught off guard by something, and in a sense, that's kind of true because she didn't expect to be finding all these ruins here. The reason I guess she's getting her ass kicked is because she doesn't want to, I don't know, go all out on a guy and potentially ruin more ruins. Because clearly her
right. Also, she's handicapped by her surroundings, not by her abilities.
She doesn't want to fling this guy into a wall and destroy like these 1,000-year-old artifacts or whatever. And I guess her like back break move doesn't work on some dude who's 600 pounds. So
too much fluff to get through.
Yeah, there's just too much. There's too much padding there for her. So I'm sure she'll win this fight somehow. That's the reason she's getting her ass kicked currently, is because she doesn't want to damage her surroundings as much as possible.
Well, speaking of like how Nico Robin just got here in the first place, I do want to make fun of the beginning of the first episode that we watched, where they're giving us like the update of like how the characters got to where they are. It's like like two people went on the boat, and then these guys went straight south, straight south. Like the narrator himself,
yeah,
like they're showing on the animation like them like Zoro's going like billions of zigzags, like Luffy's like going off and fuck knows where, Chopper's going really fuck knows where, and like Nico Robin's the only one who goes in a straight line south.
Yeah.
And I'm just like sitting there going like I put that as a quote for straight ... south ... did nobody but Robin.
I'm starting to understand Brendan's fascination and appreciation for the narrator now. When we're going to make quips like this at the expense of these stupid ass characters, I'm here for it, buddy. Count me in.
Narrator Kun, I'm here for you. I understand your pain.
So I won't confirm or deny Robin's fight results, but in theory, if she were to lose to Yama, how would you feel?
Confused.
It would be nonsense is what it is.
I don't know how she could lose. Like I could see her tying maybe, but like I don't know how it would physically work. Especially with like how my predictions were kind of shattered in these last couple episodes of like thinking that, Sanji was going to do something.
Yeah, Sanji immediately got murked.
As soon as I saw Sanji with his like weird like animation like clearly being like fucked up, I was like, well, that's out the window. And then seeing Chopper walk up on him, I was like, oh, that's out the window. And then seeing Luffy get eaten by a fucking giant anaconda, I'm like, that's out the window too. All right, well, nothing's going where I thought it was. Of course it wouldn't. Why'd I expect any more?
Okay, I don't know what your predictions are, but I'll just say we know Sanji's alive. Is Luffy still alive? Like,
well, he's talking about no.
We were the prediction wise, we were talking about who we thought the last 5 were gonna be. Mine
right.
was Luffy, Eneru, Sanji, Zoro, Dog Boy, and like I think Sanji. I predicted in there that Sanji was gonna fight the one that Chopper did.
Yeah, I am holding fast to mine almost entirely. Since we brought it up, I was gonna bring it up later, but since we're here, I'm holding fast to mine. I've only changed one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I took Zoro out.
Really?
My list now consists of Eneru, Luffy. I still think Wiper's going to end up being there. I feel like I have more reason for Nami now, which I'll get to in a second. But I took Zoro out and I swapped Robin in.
Wow.
Now, my Robin here is because she is sort of the same way Nami was in the list originally. Although instead of a bystander, she's just straight up not going to be there because she's exploring the ruins.
That actually, I could see that.
I might have assumed that she goes down in a fight before, like we mentioned last episode, but now that we've gone 4 episodes and all she's done is like try and explore these ruins, I feel like she'll beat Yama. One way or another, she'll finish Yama. There's no way she loses him. But then she'll just keep going, like into these ruins, and she'll just like fuck off for the rest of the time, and she'll
she's
come back
away
after
from the action. Technically,
yeah, she's like nowhere near anybody else. There's really no reason that like the Divine Guards should even be there. So that's whatever,
or even be involved in general.
The only way I think she ends up back in the action is if those ruins somehow lead like to the Golden City, and that's because the Golden City's probably going to be a setting soon where we have the final fight. Either way,
I'm wondering if the Golden City is actually on top of Jack's giant beanstalk.
Yeah, I did notice that too, actually.
After seeing how there's a sky in this, or an island in the sky, I can't really say it's unrealistic.
Right.
So I'm not sure what's going. We're going to be. I don't know if it's going to be Eneru's castle that he hangs out at. I don't know if it's the Golden City. I don't know anything.
We got James and Giant Peach will show up at some point too, except it'll be pumpkins. I have slightly more reasoning for Nami now. Instead of it's really like a one-off thing. Instead of her just being there and like witnessing a fight between Eneru and Luffy, I feel like Nami's newfound confidence is gonna get, because she broke out the Klimatacht finally, like I wanted her to. I thought maybe like she'd get a little frisky and like try and help Luffy with the fight by like changing the weather or something.
Like change the lightning patterns and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
maybe she redirects the lightning Avatar style, like through her chest, except it's through the Klimatacht. Or she just like maybe Eneru tries to summon a lightning cloud and she goes nah and like twists, flings the Klimatacht or something and makes a whirlwind. Whatever it is, maybe she helps that way, or maybe she doesn't help. Maybe she tries to help and Eneru goes Uno reverse cards her or something. But I think Nami's gonna be there.
I'm here for it. I love hearing about this, especially having all this knowledge I have. It's very what I enjoy, and probably what the other guys really enjoy about it too, having you two on the show, is we have all this knowledge and we know how things work out up to a certain point in certain ways, and then you two just come in with like
bonkers ass ideas, like fucking snail chat being fucking
you just come up with the most insane ideas where I'm just here like, this makes sense. Why has no one else thought about this?
They probably have.
Somebody
Funny
has.
enough, people probably have, but like we're so far behind that it's irrelevant, technically, and current.
Well, what existed before Reddit? We just had like random web forums. We gotta go find those deep in the
We
archives.
have to go back.
All right. Anything else we want to talk about?
We brought back the small child whose
Yes,
mantra
Isa.
is like is
Which
is
also does
insanely
add to my whole
broken.
theory of how he's not accounting for certain people on the island, because when he kept the count for the people of who's fighting, he didn't count for the children, he didn't count for the two Skypeans.
Yeah. So I mean, we've been doing this whole like 5 survivors at the end of 3 hours thing, and we've been hard sticking to that just because Eneru has never been proven wrong up to this point with his predictions or whatnot. So obviously, because this is a show and a work of fiction, there's always room for like, ooh, he didn't account for X, Y, and Z, and somebody else shows up, which would prove to be a good way that like with that like Isa, or like Devin mentioned last time, the Loki just happens to show up for whatever reason also. Like that's a good like a 6th person showed up out of nowhere because of this reason. Like Isa shows up because she's trying to get all of the Shandorians out of there and to stop fighting is what I gathered anyway from her. Like
Isa's the little girl, right?
Yes.
She's the one who keeps complaining about the voices disappearing because everyone's not dying, they're just like going unconscious. She's operating under the assumption very much so that like these people are dying, it sounds like.
I'm pretty sure some of them are.
I'm sure some of them are, but like the no names nobody cares about in like the Shandorian army and the divine guards and whatnot.
I have a feeling that the other chick that took the dirt bag from her is gonna meet up with Nami and the little girl to help protect them.
Yeah, okay, I can
no
see
fucking
it.
way that Nami can handle that boat.
Well, don't you worry. We've got Konis and her father, whatever his name was,
and the stupid fucking horn,
and that stupid
of
horn.
The cavalry.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of which, I don't remember if we like mentioned it with Eneru's mashup, but he showcases in a few scenes that he has a golden rod here too. Which kind of plays into, now that I think about it and we mentioned it, how gold is a good conductor of electricity, so it would make sense that he just has a golden rod. Very reminiscent of like a Sun Wukong even, so just adding more Chinese in there.
It also kind of goes more into the like a traditional like Japanese like priest staffs, like those ones with like the rings and everything like that at the top.
Yeah. So
like, that's what it looked like to me. I don't remember if we saw the top of it necessarily.
No,
but
I'm pretty I don't think we did, or maybe we did. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's just like a straight up golden rod, which would in that situation I think make it more Jingu Bang ish for Wukong. But yeah, just adding to like the cultural mishmash that is this Eneru character now. Maybe it'll be how he fights Luffy, because he's not going to use lightning powers. So maybe we'll showcase it even more later.
Right. I don't know. Like, especially because all my expectations have been subverted this entire, like, the past 4 episodes. I'm like, I can't really predict what's going to happen, because I can't predict a giant snake eating Luffy and then him throwing gold away instead of just wearing it.
Neither of us was very right about the outcome of Luffy versus Wiper's fight.
Right. But it was just one of those things where I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, this is just one of those classic moments in this show where they have to separate people from killing each other so they could do the main protagonist fight later.
Yeah. They the show threw me a bone, was like, hey, I heard you thought Wiper was gonna make it to the end, but he's fighting Luffy now. Oh no, what are we gonna, a giant snake?
This fight never happened.
This fight never happened. I mean, it basically didn't. He shot like 6 bazookas at Luffy, showcased his giant flamethrower lightsaber thing, and then the thing ate Luffy, and that was it. Wiper just kind of like, all right, that happened. Moving on.
I can't really predict how the later fights, I can't predict my next 5 or the final 5, because it's like I'm sitting there going like, so much bizarre shit has happened in these 4 episodes that I cannot predict who's going to be at the end, because the outcomes it's so random almost. Like it's not like classic where it's like, oh, we're gonna shove these obvious people against these obvious people. Like there's no way to predict it now. It's like I'm like I'm intrigued, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, what the fuck's happening next? I don't know who's gonna be here next.
I especially like this little like 5 survivors prediction thing that Eneru set up for us.
These past like past 2 episodes that we've done have really made this arc worth it, in the sense of like in comparison to where we were in the beginning. Like I mentioned last episode, it's really making up for how slow the beginning was. Like we're getting some lore dumps, we're getting some villain dumps, we're getting, you know what I mean? Like we're getting exposed to so much all of a sudden, while before it was just like, here be pots that burn things with snails.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I enjoy those like little episodes in the same vein that like Brendan does, where you just have like those little one-off feel good or whatever episodes. But it definitely feels nice to really dig into like the meat of what's going on here.
Right.
In case this helps you build hype for yourself, I think in this, I'll say arc, and the amount of episodes left in the actual Skype arc, there's about like,
I'm not gonna lie to you, Justin. I might have preferred not knowing that.
I'm so sorry.
I might have gone on a lot better. If I just didn't know that knowledge.
I'm really grateful that for like half a second my brain just zoned out for a second, so I didn't understand or hear any of that.
That's fine. That's good.
It's like my brain went into automatic shut off mode when I heard. So to give you hype, and I just went power off.
I probably should have done the same, because this is why we don't watch trailers anymore for anything, because hype is a negative thing.
Wow.
Hype can only ruin things. That's what video games has taught me. Shouting out at you, Cyberpunk 20, whatever it is.
Stop that. That game will be good in like 6 months, I'll tell you what.
Next year when they release the fucking super duper elite version of it, where it's like, we fixed everything.
Same way Destiny does it, just like 2 years down the road. It's like, we made the game good, finally.
Please play it.
Can't wait.
We'll make it free.
God, that game makes me so sad.
All right, I think we're finally done with talking points here.
Yeah, I think we can move on to the quotes now.
Yes. Next week. All right, so 174 to 177. Right, so quotes. Devin, go off. You seem really excited.
I have like a few written down, like for obviously the one where it's like straight south. That was my first one that I wrote down. But the next one is it comes from Eneru when he's fighting a sunglasses guy.
I am God, you know. And I know exactly what you're thinking, warrior. You're wondering why I came down here.
Mantra.
I don't need my mantra to read what's written all over your face.
That smug line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was like, yes, this is what I need in a villain. Overly pretentious cockiness. Yes. There's a line, what was it called? When the little girl and them are riding on the boat, like towards God Island or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the characters goes, "You've been shaking for a while." On a boat that's fucking vibrating. They're all in screen, like vibrating for a second. And she goes, "Hey, what's wrong? You've been shaking for a while." It's like, you dumb fuck.
She's just vibrating more violently. I thought for a second in that moment that like maybe they were going to make her seasick for some comic relief. And then she's just like, no, I hear voices. I hear dead people.
I'll go next for quotes because I only have one. And I just put it away. I'm an idiot. My quote was from Zoro right after he beat Brahm. Nothing personal, but I ain't the type of guy who'll die when told to. And I'm just here like, why is this guy so cool?
I don't have too many quotes either. A few of them have been taken also. We've talked about them. One of the ones that we haven't done yet is it's in the middle of that Zoro fight with Brahm. There's a moment like where a giant eel comes out the water and like threatens to eat Zoro. And for the first time, Zoro actually decides to kill a sky being. So he's broken his own our canon for him that he won't kill the endangered species of Skypea. And then he lands on it so that he has a foothold in the Milky River. And he sits there in the middle of a fight and goes, I bet this would make good eating, broiled especially. And I'm just sitting here like, what? There's a guy right over there with 2 guns pointed at you,
and that's why he deserves to get shot there.
and then he says that. He says that when he finally gets behind the tree, he goes, "What was I thinking? Admiring this delicious looking eel in the middle of a fight. I got shot for it." And then then you see that he gets shot. So I was immediately vindicated for my feelings, what are you doing in the middle of a fight? Like, I know this is an anime, but come on.
This is how you remove yourself from the top 5, Zoro. Gotta pick it up.
There's a moment in that fight too with Bram, and where he pulls out his 3rd sword finally, puts it in his mouth, and then the guy with flashbangs on the end of his guns and shells attached to his feet that spew air and milk out of him goes, "Is he using a 3rd sword?" This is unusual.
True.
I mean, I would be unsettled. I'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
The end of 173 features Luffy in the serpent's stomach, finding a gold necklace, and going "We're rich, we're rich. I finally found some gold. I can bring this to Nami, and we can have money. But I'd really rather have some meat right now." And he chucks that shit away. And it's just I don't need this. This isn't
This isn't meat.
Miku.
It's useless.
And he just sits there unhappily until and it drops.
Nami probably rolled in her grave right there.
Yeah, Nami doesn't know why, but she got a cold chill up her spine.
Yeah. So we should probably move on to Golden Ham now, right? I don't know what's next.
Now I think about it. Who's Golden Ham? That's a great question.
I really want to give it to Chopper for that whole "I want to raise my flag here" bit. Because again, he said it himself. This is his first time where he's actually I have to fight, versus his just running away, letting Zoro take care of him and stuff like that.
I could give it to just about anyone. I understand the Chopper angle, and I'm willing to go for it. I just came in here with no real ideas of nobody did anything outstanding. There are peaks like Chopper. Or
Chopper and Eru had some good moments. Nami had that weird moment. I wouldn't really want to give her ham for that because that's a little.
I'm down for Chopper. My brain was thinking about Eneru, but I was definitely on the same boat as Christian. I'm real wishy-washy. Give it to anybody. I'm down for Chopper.
I can get on. I can always get on board with Best Boy.
Goodest boy there is.
Golden hands for the good boy Chopper.
He deserves everyone.
Yes. Moving on, we have a special event for the month of February. As hopefully all of us know, Valentine's Day is coming up soon.
Are we going to give a Valentine award?
We're going to give a Miss Valentine award this episode and for the rest of February.
Really? Oh, okay. This is a no-brainer then, right?
Speak.
This goes to Hattori and the other one.
Absolutely. Yep. Nope. That's it. That's it right here.
Those two need to die.
I didn't like Satori, his the way he fights is whatever, but his voice and the way he acts, and then there was to learn that there's 2 fucking more of them. Ooh.
All right, another unanimous decision. Hattori and Kotori as Valentine Award recipients.
Rotten hell, Hattori and Kotori.
Enjoy the company. You deserve it. With Usopp, that guy from the infomercials episode, and whoever else is there besides Miss Valentine herself.
Last thing we have here is a grab bag. It's a recommendation, and it's for me this time.
Wait, damn it, Justin.
What do you mean?
I had a bit for that.
Oh, well, Dylan, cut that. All right, go ahead.
And, all right, so Justin, what I'm going to need you to do is take this knife. All right, take these 3 knives. All right, I have a board set up over there, all right? Okay. You ready? Whatever one you hit, that's what we're going to do this week, right? So here you go.
Well, I have 3 knives, so I'm just throwing all 3 of them?
Yeah, you're going to miss. I know you.
That's fair.
He did miss the dartboard horribly last time, too.
That's fair. All right. No, first one.
Up. Miss. Called it.
Son of a bitch. All right. Maybe I'll grab at the end, kind of let the weight travel.
You get the rotation.
I don't have my glasses on. What's he throwing at
God damn
anyway?
it, did you miss again? How'd you fuck it up that time?
Listen,
You
all
hit the
right?
board with the hilt.
I'm not a fucking trained ninja over here, fucking out here just throwing kunais and shit. I got no expertise in this.
Okay, you got one more shot. Come on, you got this.
Hold on, I just gotta channel my inner Naruto, my ninja way. Yeah.
Oh, look, you landed on recommendation, Justin.
Ah, nice.
You know what?
Just that, yeah! Bring it, channeling your inner Hoturi and Koturi.
Stop.
Not like this. My recommendation this week is an anime. It's fairly new. Also got a nice manga. Reading it. Jujutsu Kaisen. If you're a fan of shonen elements like fighting and stuff like that, but also dark, supernatural, superstitious kind of vibes in your preferred forms of entertainment, I highly recommend this one. It's a shonen, so it does borrow a lot of aspects from basically every shonen. It's kind of how they work. They borrow from each other. But I think this one does a really good job at making itself unique. Really recommend it. If you're reading it, you're in for a wild ride.
Is there can you give a brief synopsis of who's our main? We got a main guy. We got a main girl. Is it an isekai?
You follow the story of a high school kid, who joins a high school for exorcists. And you follow his adventures through that. I don't want to say too much more.
Okay, so monsters and demons are a normal thing in this universe.
Yes.
Okay. Is it reminiscent of Soul Eater kind of thing, or is it more so just more so on the demon end of it?
Soul Eater felt more comedic and lighthearted.
This is edgy Soul Eater then.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's definitely more dark and more serious than most
Are we
part.
as edgy or not as edgy as Tokyo Ghoul?
Not as edgy.
So somewhere between Soul Eater and Tokyo Ghoul, you have Jujutsu Kaisen.
Maybe a closer comparison would be Blue Exorcist. Kind of, if you can imagine that and make it darker in both theme and even colors.
Okay.
That might be a better visual for you. Get a better understanding without me spoiling plot.
So it's like an academy setting kind of thing. Okay, I can get behind that.
I've heard the name Jujutsu Kaisen thrown out a lot, but I never got around to looking it up or starting to watch it. So
yeah, this is the first I've ever heard of it. So
yeah, that's my recommendation.
Cool.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
All right, well, that seems to be wrapping it up for us. So in the meantime, what I want you guys to do for me, I need this from you. I don't care how shitty of an animator or drawer you are. I need you to draw me Sky Fiori. All right? I want to see that. I want you to post it on our Twitter at Panda Sightings. All right? And again, we also have an Instagram if you wanted to plug it there as well, at Panda Sightings as well. We also have an email, I think it's pandasightings@gmail.com if you have any questions for us. Feel free to leave us a message. And again, thank you for listening, and tune in next week.
Bye-bye.
And cut.
Did you think that you could move faster than lightning? Your 5 minutes are up. 1 million volt body. Wiper!